What a year, huh? So first things first, I mean, I'm just curious because I know we have conversations in passing, but we got some time to sit here and talk. What's it like to be the CEO and president of a multi-billion dollar real estate company? Like, what's your daily life look like?
It's an interesting question because depending on what day of the week you catch me,
Right.
my wife would tell you it definitely depends on what day of the week you catch me. But it's so it's really demanding. I mean, but it's so very rewarding. I mean, we all have the things that cause us to jump out of bed, right? And we all have our why. And clearly that's one of my whys is waking up every day trying to figure out how I can make us the best closer. Okay. Really just trying to get better every day. And so that's what drives me. The group in this room drives me. I wake up every single morning feeling like I have a job interview with each and every one of you. And so those things drive you. I mean, there's pressure with that, no doubt about it. But it also, I think everything we want in life is right on the other side of pressure.
Mhm.
And so for me, it's just it's the journey of a lifetime. And this latest acquisition for us is, we talked to that group yesterday. They know all of you guys. They're aware of you guys. It was just really interesting, Robin and Kim, when we were in the room with that group, how grateful they were, how excited they were to be part of our company. And so those are the nuggets. Those are the things that when you're grinding through the pressure, when you're grinding through the deadlines that, really drive me.
Mhm.
And, but it's awesome.
So 5, 10, 15 years ago, did you ever think this is where you'd be today?
You always, so I think back to when we started the company, which was fall of '07. Where's Renee? And she remembers, where we started the company and we had, I don't know, 11 agents. And I think we did about 15 million a year in sales. And, but I could visualize, being a company that was respected, being a company that was a place to be where people wanted to come to your organization. I don't know if I visualized 2 billion though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Um,
big jump.
yeah, and it's one of those things that I think when you get to one level, depending on how you're wired, you're excited to get to the next level. I mean, I look out in the room and see some of the agents here in the building. Janelle Ainsworth, where are you? I'm looking
He's
around.
over there.
She's over there. I mean, she's having her best year ever. And Janelle, I don't know if when you started your business, if you thought 10, 11, 12, 15 million was possible, knowing you probably did. And so once you get to one level, I mean, that's what life's all about, reaching our full potential, right? Being who we're supposed to be in every area of our life. And so, but to answer your question bluntly, no, I didn't really visualize a company of 800 agents,
Mhm.
2 billion in sales and so on.
It's crazy. So levels is a good topic too because, you're a success, right? You're successful, you're pretty, you're taken care of. So what continues to drive you to do more? Like, did you ever hit a level to where like if you felt, oh, if I hit this, I'm good, I'm comfortable? Or is it just that continual push? Like what has continued to you just acquired 300 more agents? Like what's
Yeah.
pushing you to continue to do it?
So early on, it was about, more offices. It was about expanding our footprint, knowing what expanding our footprint would mean to us as agents. Meaning we could bring more things to us as a company. We could deliver more resources. We could bring more technology. And so early on, it was that because clearly, when you're a 3 office company and then you're a 23 office company, vendors line up to do business with us. And we're able to negotiate, sometimes in case we are able to negotiate good enough packages and good enough support where we can pass along to you agents as a no cost. Like for example, back at you, which the feedback I'm hearing is great on that. Our social media calendar and coordinator, early on with 2 offices, there was no way, no how we could afford to just pass that along. And so it was early on, it was a lot of that. Now it has nothing to do with the number of offices, nothing to do with the number of agents. Now it's being who we can be.
Hmm.
And a lot of people in life, and I'm sure you guys have them in your lives where, they tell you all the reasons you can't do something, right? It doesn't take a a lot of phone calls to find people saying, well, yeah, but that might be tough or the odds are against you. To me, I think I'm wired just that why can't we do it? Why can't we be that company? And so now, and I know we're going to talk about it in a minute, but now we're in the top 75 brokerages in the United States. We're the we're the number 2 brokerage Coldwell Banker in the state of Michigan. Century 21, we're in the top 3. So now we have a lot to boast about. And I think that's important. I think that's important to our clients to know the caliber of group they're working with. Excuse me. I think it's important to other agents. And so, yeah, but I wake up every day just dissatisfied. I know
Mhm.
that's weird, but I just kind of wake up dissatisfied. And I'm sure this meeting won't end and there won't be more than 15 minutes of grass between the end of this meeting. And I'll be saying, what could we have done better? What could we have brought to the agents? How could we have got more people here? And I think that's healthy. My wife might tell you it's not always healthy,
Mhm.
but I think it is. I think we're not chasing we're not chasing a step. We're chasing our potential,
Mm.
and we might not get all the way to that top step, but we're going to die trying.
So that relentless pursuit to always improve, is that something that has, grown with you over time, or is that something you always had?
Ah, man, that's a good question. I think it's something I always had. But I think as I progressed in my career, rubbing shoulders with maybe in some cases the best brokers in the United States, whether it be the Coldwell Banker Century 21 side. I had great mentors early in my career that, for whatever the reason, they took me under their wing. But I think there was like moments as I grew that it was kind of like, and you guys probably all experienced this, where you rub shoulders with someone who is at a level of whatever, could be spouse, could be business, and there's a moment where you look at them and say, you know what, they put their pants on or their skirts on the exact same way I do, and if I do what they do, I could be at that level. And so I think it's been a building process, but somewhere inherently,
Mhm.
I was wired, to always try to improve, always try to be better. And
So I wanted one more thing before we move on. So I'm just curious because, every day is a grind, every day is a fight. We
yep.
know that, right? So now doing this for as long as you have, how have you maintained showing up every day and doing what you need to do? Because most of the time we don't feel like it. We have problems going on. We're stressed. We're tired.
Yeah.
So how do you continue to show up and do what you do?
I think it's very intentional. I'm probably not, well, I'm not probably not. I am not the sharpest guy in the room. Um uh and so I have to work at that. And my family would tell you this, I have to work every day to show up.
Hmm.
And I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to all of you in the room. I have a responsibility to our clients. I have a responsibility to our employees. And so I have to work at that. I mean, I have to take care of myself. I have to get the right exercise. I have to get the right rest. I have to over prepare.
Hmm.
It's kind of frustrating sometimes for me. I see people who just strut in front of a camera or strut up and do a presentation or they run to a listing appointment. And I'm like, man, I wish that was me. I can't wing it. And so I have to out prepare, outwork most of the people around me, but I have to work at it. That's the message is I have to work at that. It doesn't come natural for me. And so I have to, one of my passions is I have to get a workout in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to. And some days that's not the the ideal workout. Maybe it's a quick 2 mile run. Maybe it's a little bit of cross training, a little bit, but I have to, and I have to do it not for my physical health. I'm long past a 33-inch waist.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
say that messing with him, right? What's he like, 28?
You know,
Um, but I'm way past that. But I have to do it mentally
yeah.
to be at my best, to be at my best for my family, to be at my best for my faith,
Hmm.
our company, and so on and so forth. So
Pretty good answer, right? So all those questions I just asked them were unscripted. So what you got was actually like a real genuine answer. So if you want a specific question asked, scan that QR code and send me a question. I'll ask it while I'm up here. But moving forward, so company. I mean, just in the last year, we've seen a lot of change with the company, and so kind of give us an idea of what's changed, where are we going heading in 2025, and what people can expect.
yeah, so geez, oh Pete, the last 30 days, we've I think we've done some great things. but we've taken our 4 DBAs and we're really trying to pull our organization together. We are one company. Yes, we have a lot of great Century 21 agents in the room. Yes, we have a lot of great Coldwell Banker agents, but the common theme that we're trying to do is pull our company together. And so we've rebranded that to Coldwell Banker Professionals. So we had a big meeting. Karina, what was that? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? And so we got the whole group together and we went through that. And we think, we love that name. I mean, we love that name because we think that embodies who we are, right? It embodies who we are. It embodies the type of agents we are. It embodies the type of service that clients should expect from us. And so that was a big deal. So some of these things we're trying to get out of the way, not get out of the way and rush it, but get out of the way so we hit January rolling. So that was a big thing. The second thing with the company is obviously you guys all heard the big announcement yesterday with Coldwell Banker Realty, all their Michigan-based operations come over to Coldwell Banker Professionals. And so those are big initiatives. But I think your bigger question is, that's all great, right? But the group in this room, what should they look forward to? And so I'm going to drop a couple nuggets on you guys that we're working on. I'm not even going to make eye contact with my team in the back of the room because they are in the middle of it. But we've made a decision on a transaction management product. And what that's going to allow all of you to do is prepare your buyer and seller packages online, submit your buyer and listing packages online. It has an e-signature component. And as if that's not enough, and I know you guys are thinking, well, geez, I got Remind, I got Dot Loop, right? I've got transaction management. What it's going to allow you to do is then once that product's done, you're going to be able to submit that online. Your administrative team is going to have access to those files online, and we're going to be able to do that all digital. So the vendor we've selected, Jeremy, can I announce that? He's saying no. I'm going to overrule if I can, but it's called SkySlope. So I think you guys are going to love it. I think it's going to be a great tool for you. It's mobile friendly. You're going to have an app, but I think it's going to arm us. And yes, we want you guys getting in the offices, right? And we want you crawling under the hood in the offices and working, but it's also going to allow you anywhere, any place to put a transaction together, get it e-signed, and send it to the front desk without having to touch paper. So we think it's a big deal. There's a lot of other features that'll be involved with it. We'll have online, not repositories. Why am I drawing a blank? But there'll be online storage. So for example, for you to be able to grab listing presentations, marketing presentations, social posts, all the resources that maybe we're trying to go to a OneDrive today will all be there. So we think that's a big deal. Stay tuned. We've got to work through this with the Coldwell Banker Realty Group. So we're probably looking at a January, February rollout, but we're pretty excited about that. And that's probably a little overdue.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing that we're working on is our very own intranet site. So everybody just turn around and give Jay a thumbs up. Jay Bellinger, our technology trainer. Because in addition to everything else this guy does, he's been developing behind the scenes an intranet site. I think it's called, geez, oh Pete, I was part of the naming committee, but is it myprofessionals.com? My Professionals Desk or My Professionals? myprofessionalsdesk.com. And Jay, on a percentage basis, 100% being all done, ready to roll out, 50 being we're still 3-4 months away. Yes. Okay, so give him a round of applause. This should be really cool. And in addition to SkySlope, should make us much more efficient. We're going to eliminate the OneDrives and where you guys have to remember those passcodes and on and on and on. But this will be our very own e-commerce site where you guys can go to it. It'll be mobile friendly and you'll be able to access anything from your phone, your pads, everything. The third thing that we're working on, and Lauren, you probably remember this, but with Coldwell Banker Realty, they had something called Listing Concierge. Okay. And it's a kind of a cool platform. It allows you to order with a new listing, everything from, help me with this, Lauren, photography, postcards, all your printing, everything, it's connected with Express Docs. So we are going to opt in. Century 21 side, I don't even know if that term rings a bell, but here's what we think. So I just want you to kind of remember this concept of listing concierge, where Michelle, you take a listing, you push a button, and all these things start happening, right? Photography, video, postcards, all your printing, social posts, all this. So we opted in short term for the Coldwell Banker side, but here's what your marketing team's been working on for the last 90 days. We believe we can do better. We believe if we own it, we can design better photography and video vendors. We may even try to bring that in-house. We believe with our Just Listed, Just Sold postcard program, just not if, even if you don't know what that is, ask your manager, but everybody knows every time we have a listing, 25 postcards go out, branded as us, 25 when we close something. We believe, why should you guys have to pay for that when you already get it for free, right? You get a little amen on that. So we believe that we can take this listing concierge program, this e-commerce program, tie it in with our intranet site, but where we can package it more cost effective than even how the CBR groups are working on. So that's something I know that feels kind of intangible, but I'm seeing some heads nodding about, boy, it would be great if I could just push a button and we had the best photographers, we had all the marketing team attached to it, and it just happened. Now we've got remote offices. I'm thinking of Midland, Manistee, some of our outlying offices a little bit. We'll have to work a little harder. But Jason, where are you? So our tireless marketing director has been already working on this. It is not ready, so please don't email him tomorrow saying, "Hey, 444 Main, I like that listing concept." We're probably looking at spring, but just know it's coming, and we hope to have it repackaged and roll out. So those are 3 hot things that are right on the top of my mind, in addition to everything else.
So a lot of good stuff coming. So a lot of conversations I have with agents, and I don't know if I should bring this up, but I'm going to anyway. So
Fair.
is, they want to know how is it they can keep a little bit more of their money and commission plans. So I know we've had conversations about it.
100%.
So is there something coming in regards to that?
Yeah, so commission's always a funny conversation, right? And, our old school brokers know what I'm going to say when I say this is, well, that's taboo, right? Well, we are way past taboo. We have competitors out there, and I know the pressures you guys are getting, and I know the stupid offers, and I know the money getting put on the table with 6-year promissory notes, and I get it. And so we have spent, Dawn, where you at? I think we first started having meetings summer, Renee. Our first meetings we started having in the summer, talking about commission plans, talking about what you guys are seeing, trying to figure out what we could do. The challenge always with compensation plans and commission plans is what you want to do is you want to make sure that the adjustments you make reward the right performance, right? Otherwise, all you're doing is you're handing out compensation plans for everyone. But it's a difficult thing when we talk about independent contractor agreements and that. So I guess what I want to say out loud without getting too in the weeds with it is the Coldwell Banker side's done. Your managers have it. We rolled these out last week. So the 2025 commission plans are done. We've made some significant improvements. I hope not only is it a base hit, but it's a home run. Our decision. And so, yes, get with your managers. Lisa's looking at me like, get with your managers. But our rollout plan is on your anniversary dates. Okay. So the plan is, so we don't do it all day one, would be on your anniversary date, probably 30 days out. Your manager will meet with you, go over the plan you're on, go over the new plans, and you can make a decision. Okay. The Century 21 side, we're close, but because if you think about this, we had 4 different companies as of this time last month. So we got to make sure that we do it right, because it'd be easy just to roll out something and think we accomplished what we needed. But then the other 3 companies, it's different. So I would say we're probably, Candace, 30 days away before we'll have a decision made. But just stay tuned. It'll be ready by January 1. And then all of your anniversary dates, you guys can schedule with your individual manager, look at both plans, decide which one's better. And then you can be grandfathered in or you can move to the new plan. So I say all that to say that this one's really near and dear to my heart because we believe if we help you all keep a little bit more money in your pocket, that it it and you will help our company. And so we have spent a lot of time on that. It's a big financial decision for the company, but I believe it's the right financial decision. And so stay tuned. But I would tell you on the CB side, we've rounded third. Renee, is that fair? We've rounded third. We're coming home, and it just needs to be rollout. Candace, I think I'm okay saying that we're passing second on our way to third, but in the next 30 days, we'll have something out, and then your managers will hear about it and then we'll roll that out. So hopefully that's a win and you guys are excited about that. So
Absolutely. So rolling into 2025 from the agent perspective, what advice would you give them to kickstart the year to make sure they have a strong first quarter?
yeah, that's so today's the start, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's
I
November
mean, we
7th.
call it Ignite for a reason. We believe if we can tilt the scale in our favor to have our best year ever by turning 2025 into not a 12-month year, but a what? A 13 and a half month year. So to me, a great 2025 starts right now, starts today. And so I'm going to give them the same advice I take and our company's taking is, take your business planning serious, get a business plan in order. There's lots of people around, but I want you to think about this and I'll relate it to like, showing houses. I mean, some of you are like, this ought to be good. But you would never hop in a house hop in a car tonight if you had 15 houses to show and just go, would you? Just nod with me, yes, play along. Because I know we're using MapQuest as we're driving and but sometimes with some clear goals and a plan, theoretically, sometimes you can work less and accomplish more than if you just step on the gas harder. And so I really want you to take today as maybe today's the start of your business planning. Maybe this morning you're going to hear a great guy talk in a few minutes, Sean Carpenter, that I've heard many times talk. Maybe today something in what Sean says triggers your intentionality for next year. Maybe it's this afternoon. What do they got? 10 breakout classes? Of all different kind of varieties, how to use AI in their daily work schedule, how to handle this buyer side of the house better, how to handle objections, how to anticipate that, how to get more listings, and so I would encourage them to get their business plan done by Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
To have your business plan done. Yeah, I don't want to look at you two because you're getting subliminal over here, but
We already got theirs done.
but
Yeah.
good job, girls.
Yeah.
But get your business plan. Renee, I know you had your dream board meeting, I think, in the past few weeks. Get with your managers. They know each one of your managers in this room know that their direct success depends on your success. So get over the part about you're bothering them. This is your success is in direct correlation to their success. Schedule a one-on-one meeting, meet with them one-on-one. If you've done business plans for years, so what? Have them help you get refocused. Look at where your business came from this year. Don't walk away from that, but look at adding one additional source next year to what you did this year. I mean, think about the monumental impact. If you did 2 or 3 more transactions next year than this year, is that monumental? I mean, I don't know what your average commission level is, but let's say it's 4 or 5 grand. What would you do with an extra 15 grand? So it's not like business planning has to be blow up everything you're doing. We're just looking to what? Increase our business 15, 20, 25%. And like I'm looking at you, Rachel, you're having your best year ever. What would 2 or 3 deals next year do for you and Rex more? So we need to get those plans in place. And so we're going through that right now, you guys. I'm not telling you anything we're not going through. We went through our vision planning sessions. We've went through our business planning sessions. We're going through our budgeting process. And so I think the simplest thing would be by Thanksgiving, have your business goals. Who cares if they're handwritten? Have your business goals written, meet with your manager, and start working on your plan now. Because a great January and February, Nicole, starts when? It does.
Yep.
That's the business we're in. And so if you want to have a great January and February, which tees up your entire year, it starts right now. It doesn't start in January because then you're working on March and April. Does that make sense to everybody? Just give me an amen, even if you don't agree.
Yeah.
I like it.
I would also, Rachel's up 360% year over year. So yeah, she's crushing it. One last thing to wrap up. So I would also encourage every single one of you to go through every single appointment and lead you had throughout the year and follow up with each one of those people. Chances are you're going to shake loose at least one listing or one buyer. So go through every single appointment, every single lead. It doesn't matter if you went on the appointment, didn't get it, follow up. You're bound to get something to shake loose. Closing thoughts. What do you got?
No, closing thoughts. Let's get after it.
Yeah.
I mean, enough talk for me. Let's just have a great day. Let's get our 2025 ignited. Let's just have a special day and let's hit the ground running. So I'm ready.
Amen to that. All right, we're good.